I said it a few months ago that many of the people shouting, "Hey, Tinubu, Tinubu," will soon cry. And I made reference in particular to the fuel subsidy removal. And I said that fuel subsidy will be removed. Remember? Yes. May 29 is here, and fuel subsidy has been removed. What is the implication of this? At least, what does it mean for Nigerians? Fuel subsidy is removed. At least that's what Tinubu says. From our experience with Buhari in the past 8 years, we know that just saying that fuel subsidy is removed is one thing, and fuel subsidy actually being removed is another thing. At least we know that from experience. Buhari said the same thing, that fuel subsidy was removed. In fact, before he said that, he said fuel subsidy was a scam. He asked the question that nobody has answered till date: who is subsidizing who? Tinubu is saying the same thing, that fuel subsidy is gone. That statement has already activated fuel queues. Even though it is just a statement, for now, that statement has the effect of increasing the price of petrol. And so because of that, the petrol stations, the fuel marketers will hoard the ones they have, pending the determination of the new price, which many speculate will be around 750, 800 naira per liter. You see why I said that all of us will soon start to cry the cry together. Now, when I said the supporters of Tinubu will cry, I didn't mean only the supporters of Tinubu, because the rise in price of fuel will affect everybody. What I meant was that all of us will cry the cry together. The same people who opposed the removal of fuel subsidy in 2012, the same Tinubu who led that giant protest at Ojota in 2012, is the one that 11 years after is calling for the removal, is declaring the removal of the fuel subsidy. And in fact, during the campaign, he boldly and blatantly said, "I will remove fuel subsidy, whether you like it or not." And he has said it, and the market is reacting. Very soon, we will hear the price or the new price for per liter of petrol. I pray it does not go as high as 800, as many people are already speculating. 800 naira per liter. Do you know what that means? That means the price of everything will now begin to go up. Meanwhile, people's income remains the same. And in fact, many businesses are going to shut down, so many people's income will go down or probably be wiped out. When we say support Peter Obi because he has the right ideas, it is not for personal interests, not for selfish interests. It is for the interest of all of us. Now, let us focus on this whole subsidy thing. Remember, I told you that there's a question that Muhammadu Buhari asked that nobody has answered till date, and that question is, who is subsidizing who? Yes, many people agree we are paying trillions for fuel subsidy, but the question is, who are we paying these trillions for fuel subsidies to? Because I understand, except it has changed, somebody should remind or correct me, I understand that we are doing direct sales, direct purchase. Direct sales, direct purchase, which means that we give them our oil, they give us refined petrol, which is even not in our favor, because for every barrel of crude oil that you give out and you bring back refined fuel, there are other byproducts of the refined crude oil that are not coming back with the fuel, the refined fuel that we are given in return. So let's even just leave that and say, okay, we are doing direct sales, direct purchase. And it is only the NNPC that is in charge of bringing this refined fuel in, and then it now sells to marketers. Can somebody tell me what the marketers are paying for, what NNPC is paying for to bring in the crude oil, and who are we paying the subsidy to? These questions need to be asked. They are not rocket science, and they need to be answered. When Peter Obi says that fuel subsidy is organized crime, at least he said 50% of it, I am inclined to believe that is right. In fact, I am inclined to believe that is even understating it. I want to believe that fuel subsidy, 100% of it is organized crime. And it's not just Peter Obi, even Muhammadu Buhari himself said it, that fuel subsidy is a fraud. Now, for Tinubu to come out to say that fuel subsidy is gone, that is not enough. Because just saying that fuel subsidy is gone is increasing the fuel subsidy, the price of fuel for Nigerians, and increasing the hardship, increasing job losses, increasing poverty, increasing unemployment for Nigerians. So just saying that fuel subsidy is gone is not enough. What needs to be done is Tinubu tell Nigerians who is subsidizing who. Who are we making the fuel subsidy payments to, and what is the fuel subsidy payment for? If indeed we are doing direct sales, direct purchase, and indeed the NNPC is in charge of bringing in this refined crude. Tell us this, and then we'll know how to handle our matter. Don't just come out and tell us fuel subsidy is gone. Our refineries are not working. Forget the Dangote refinery now. What is so hard that our refineries are not working? Are you saying that the engineers working in the refineries or the contractors that get the job for the turnaround maintenance, are you saying that those contractors are not capable? Are you saying that the staff that are working in the NNPC, they are not competent? Are you saying that the contractors that are doing the turnaround maintenance are not competent? What is so hard that our refineries are not working? You have to tell us this. Nigerians, we demand this. In fact, Nigerians, I am asking and I'm calling for a citizen-driven inquiry. We need to find out. We need to take advantage of the Freedom of Information Act and ask questions. We need to write letters to the NNPC. We need to write letters to the refinery and find out who got the contract for the turnaround maintenance of the refineries. Who are the staff that are working at the refineries? Why is the turnaround maintenance not working despite over $4.5 billion spent in the past 8 years and over $20 billion spent in the last 16 years on turnaround maintenance on these refineries? Who is collecting these billions and not giving us value for our money? These are the questions that Tinubu must answer. Then after answering this, you can now say, fuel subsidy is gone. I have no problem with fuel subsidy being gone or fuel subsidy remaining. So far as when you remove the fuel subsidy, the price of fuel must not go up. If the price of fuel remains the way it is and you say fuel subsidy is gone, no wahala. And I'm happy this is the position of Labour. Hopefully that is still their position. And Labour must stand by this position. Tinubu must come to explain to us who we are paying fuel subsidy to, despite having a direct sales, direct purchase agreement, and despite having the NNPC being the sole body in charge of bringing these things in. So who are we paying the subsidies to? And why are we paying the subsidies to that particular person or organization? For what particular service do they render? That's on the one hand. And then on the other hand, why are our refineries not working to take care of refining fuel locally? Because we'll then be able to take advantage of all the byproducts of the refining process. Why are our refineries not working? Tinubu must answer this. Who got the contract for the turnaround maintenance? Is that company incompetent? Why could they not deliver on the contract that they were given? And why are the staff of the NNPC not able to operate it? So much that we are spending and taking government money to give to Dangote to build his own refinery. I am not against Dangote refinery operating, but our own refinery must work so that it can be a level playing field. And to even take advantage of this further, why is Ajaokuta still not activated yet? All the byproducts from the refining of petrol, of crude oil, will be sold to foreign countries as raw materials if we don't have our steel industry active to catalyze or stimulate industrialization in Nigeria. No country can industrialize truly without the steel sector. So, if you must say subsidy is gone, then you must answer the question of who we are paying subsidy to, correct the question of the subsidy scam or the subsidy fraud, or the fact that the subsidy is organized crime. You must correct that. And then you must answer us who collected the $4.5 billion, or who are those that collected the $20 billion for turnaround maintenance in the past 16 years? Why did that company not give us a working refinery? Then we can now go forward and say, yes, fuel subsidy is gone, but the price of fuel remains the way it is. Do this, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and then Nigerians will clap for you. Anything short of this, we will continue to talk.